I'm just a normal person who's been through a lot of crap. And what inspires me now is trying to help other people through their crap, if you will. I learned a lot raising kids. I went to music school, had a few experiences there. But mostly life has really taught me some things that I think are of some value to other people. I did some solo work when I was younger with Cincinnati Symphony Orchestra and with the Fort Wayne Philharmonic. And singing was just who I am, and that's what I did, that's what I connected with, and loved it. And then I had children, and the singing didn't work so well with that. And so I took off that time and decided I would do the best job I could do with those kids, and didn't know if that would even, if the singing would even be possible after that was over. But it was. And after going through breast cancer, that's the thing that got my attention. Facing death. It told me that if there's something that you need to do, if there's something in your heart, you really need to do it, and you need to not wait. You need to go forward and do it. And so that's when I decided, okay, I'm coming back, and I found myself at a place where I could do that. And I actually started out just, I joined the Philharmonic Chorus just to get the pipes going again, if you will. And that helped a little, and then I decided I really was a soloist, and started making albums. This is the third project with Sweetwater. The first one was a Christmas album that we took the traditional Christmas songs and kind of twisted them up and made them new and fresh again. And that one I did because so many people, they requested it. They wanted to have me do a Christmas album. And I'd done an awful lot of Christmas stuff in my life. So that was fun and different, and introduced me to you. And then the next one was just, it was all jazz standards, which is a lot of my heart. These are just fun songs to sing, and I learned how to sing them in college with a professor there that was actually an opera singer, but she also sang blues and jazz when she wasn't singing opera, which I know sounds really odd, but it was like she had two different voices. She had this great big, beautiful soprano voice, and then she had this sultry, warm jazz voice, and she taught a very small group of us basically how to do that, and I loved it, loved it, loved it, loved it. So I did a whole album of that. This album is different from both of those, and it's born out of all the pain that I see around me and that I have also experienced and learned from. And I just felt like I needed to do something to help people through, because it is very difficult, and I see an awful lot of people give up, and that just breaks my heart. I couldn't deal with that. So I wanted to do what I can do, and what I do best, I think, is sing. And so I chose songs that, some of them were songs that spoke to me when I was in my difficult moments. Some of them were just songs that I found, and I just loved what they were saying and thought they would probably help others too. Well, the first one that comes to mind is Bridge Over Troubled Water, which the very first time I recorded that, it was because a friend of mine asked me to sing it for his funeral. He wanted, it was a very specific request. He wanted me to record it, sing it for the funeral, record it, and give it to, a copy of it to his wife. And that call came through like at 2 in the morning from his son, that I understand Dad asked you. And so that's on the project. Precious Lord and Just a Closer Walk. As I've been singing that since I was very young, and just learned that it was written in response to his wife dying in childbirth, and this was his response to that. So I think that a lot of people will recognize that, and hopefully the way I do it will connect to their heart and give them some comfort. I Hope You Dance is probably largely on the project because my daughter is a dancer, and as a ballerina more specifically. And as she was growing up and going through all that training, there were some very difficult moments where you felt like you were going to throw in the towel, and because it's a kind of a hard world. It's a small world, and it's a difficult world. And when that song came out, it spoke so much to where she was and what you as a mother would want for. But you know, it's broader than that. I would like everyone to dance, maybe not physically, but emotionally and spiritually. And well, the overarching thing on this album is that I really wanted people to, my message is that they should, when they're having difficult moments and life is hard, and I'm not going to say it's not, I'm no Pollyanna, but when things are difficult, please just hold on and have faith that you can get through this. It is all very temporary. I know it doesn't feel temporary, but it is. And if you can just hold on and have some faith that it will get better, it really will. That's what I would like from this album, is that they would have the courage and the strength to take that next step, to go on. I wanted to convey how a person feels when their world is crashing and burning around them. And that's what it feels like. It feels like you're on broken glass, that you know you have to move forward, but moving forward is going to hurt a lot, and you're not even sure how. And it just feels like everything around you is in pieces, and you can't get a handle on it. And I wanted to write the song to say, I understand how you feel. The feeling is real. It's not something to gloss over, but you can get through this. And you can get through this, and what you can discover is something so wonderful and so worth walking through that pain, that when you get there, you find that you find a life that is better, actually, than what you had before. It's different, but it's better in a lot of ways. And that doesn't mean that there aren't times that you mourn the losses that will never come back. But you don't have to stay there. You can put that in the past, and you can move forward with something wonderful. And that's why I wrote the song. I'm Rhonda Lehman, and the album is called On Broken Glass, and I hope you check it out, and I hope it gives you some strength and some courage.